Hey, everybody, it's Wade. Hope you're doing awesome today. We're going to talk about what it looks like for you to stop dropping or start dropping your undesirable clients. A lot of the times, as entrepreneurs, we start out, we build our business, and we sometimes bring on people that are not great for us in the long run. As the saying goes, I was young and I needed the money. So sometimes when we're starting, we bring on people that are not the best for us. And sometimes they can grow into awesome customers or clients. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they carry forward with us our worst habits, the areas where we give away our power, where we let them kind of walk over us. And it sometimes frustrates us. We get mad at them, but ultimately, we might have taught them to treat us a certain way. And so, without getting angry, without wasting a lot of energy and frustration or blowing up on people, we can start getting clearer about who are our best clients and then start letting go of the ones that aren't. So, in last week's session, in part three, we talked about attracting epic clients. Now, a lot of the times people want to do this, but they're so full in their schedule with their non ideal clients that they can't get to their epic clients. Sometimes you need to make room. And this might be a little bit of an odd analogy, but sometimes there's that person in high school, sometimes it's a guy or it's a girl, and they never go without a girlfriend or a boyfriend because they're dating one person and they don't like to be alone. So they're only going to dump person A until person B comes along. Then when they date person B, they're going to dump person B only when they find person C. So there's a little shadiness there too. That's a whole relationship thing. But overall, they never have the confidence to just say, no, you know what? I'd rather be alone. I'd rather do what is best for me. And sometimes as entrepreneurs, we need to do that. We need to say, this is not the right relationship for me. And sometimes we need to make room for that. In my practice, my coaching practice specifically, I've made more room over the last few years for my absolute best clients, my top 3 to 5%. And it's made such an impact on my business. I have a small software company. It's a good company. It does good business, but it's not my greatest work. And over time, because I'm more passionate about my coaching, I've continued to grow that at a much better rate than my other stuff. And again, as I've done that, I've let go of customers, and you've probably had this feeling sometimes where somebody leaves and you tell your spouse, well, no, this client left today. Wow, that's awesome. Whereas before you would have said, you know what? I I can't afford to lose somebody. So in order to do the most important to us, and we also need to have the confidence to make sure we can let go of people. This also does start to get into, without going down this rabbit hole, how we balance our budget, how we manage our money, if we're overspending or not. Because if we are overspending, then again, we can't afford to let go of somebody that we really don't want. So the first thing I want to look at with you is the true cost of undesirable clients. This is something that happens, I don't care what industry you're in. If you're a realtor, if you're an insurance agency owner, if you are a consultant, if you're a coach, whatever it is, there are certain people that are not the best for you. It doesn't mean they're bad people. There's a mismatch. And there is a cost to investing in these people. There's a financial cost, there's an energetic cost, there's a cost of knowing you've compromised yourself. And so this is one of those things we have to make sure that at the very least, you feel great about that. Because if you feel horribly about that, and that's sometimes a great indicator, a solid indicator that maybe you need to let go of somebody, then that's something we need to be taking a look at. So what's so important to understand is it's so critical for us to let go of people that are undesirable because we're already in the top 10% of most proactive people on the planet for the most part. You can look at different numbers, but for the most part, it's roughly 1 out of 10 people that are entrepreneurs and that are making it and surviving or even trying. Sometimes there's a few more surveys that'll say that there's more people because they're doing side hustles. And no offense to those people. And if you're one of those, awesome, I hope it goes well. But I'm talking about the people when you're fully invested, or even if you're starting to and you have a side hustle and you're investing 5, 10 hours extra a week, we invest far more than our time and our money and our work. We really invest our souls. We trade a life of compliance to someone else's vision in order to create our own path. We're willing to do the extra work. We're willing to work harder. Starting a new business is a lot like getting a rocket ship into space. And this is the case whether you're starting your second or third business. This is the case whether you're launching a new product line. This is the case whether you have a job that's paying the bills and you're starting a side hustle. And according to NASA, about 85% of the mass, the weight of a modern rocket ship, is fuel. So 85% of it's fuel, and the ship itself is only about 15%. And so I'm going to suggest to you that your equation, my equation, any entrepreneur's equation for success is similar. Your energy, your life force, and by the way, this corresponds to any sort of changes, changing habits, eating better, exercising better, treating your spouse or your kids better, whatever it might be. Your energy, your life force is the fuel. And in this case, your offer, your offering, your service, your products, that's the smaller percentage of it. And what you're going to find is that people can copy your solution, especially today with how easy it is to mimic things with artificial intelligence, with how quickly things get duplicated in third world countries with there's no intellectual property rights rules. What you have to understand is that they're truly, that if it's not, we need to make that your advantage because your energy, both its quality and its quantity, is unique to you. Undesirable clients reduce the quality and the quantity of your energy. They reduce your joy, which reduces your focus. With less joy and focus, you have less energy. With less energy, you deliver not as well. And so you're going to have less success. You're going to make less money. You're going to get less referrals. It is a downward moving spiral. And so low energy equals a low ability to adapt, equals a high rate of total failure. And if you've been an entrepreneur any period of time, you know that sometimes just being in the game, being able to stay in the game is huge in and of itself. Focus on getting your target group, and it doesn't have to be a specific target group of people. Sometimes it is a demographic. Sometimes it is people of this age, of this income level, in this area, with this type of job. Sometimes it's a psychographic, people with this sort of psychology, with this sort of mindset. So you look at people like, let's say, a Tony Robbins, a Wayne Dyer, any sort of motivational speaker. What they're doing is they're aiming for somebody who aspires to somebody. Gabrielle Bernstein, they're aiming for somebody not specifically that's of a certain age or income, but that person has certain aspirations. So your target group can look different, but focus on helping them get their most treasured result. So your best clients, if you're able to help them get their most treasured result, that's going to lead to long-term success, profit, and fun. The business model might change, what you offer might change, the products might change. I've been an entrepreneur 23, going on 24 years now. I've not always done the same thing. I've done coaching, I've done consulting, I've written books, I've done courses, I've done seminars, I have a small software company. I've done different things, but overall, I'm constantly looking to how do I help my best customers and my best clients. And when I have extra time, if I'm not creating some sort of either social media or content like this, which is also aimed towards my best clients, I'm then just connecting with my best clients and seeing how can I help you better. Top performing entrepreneurs don't have time for anything else at work because if you want to keep performing at a high level, you've got to be working with your best. Now, the truth is lower performing entrepreneurs have even less time. And in fact, that's one of the main reasons why people who are on that borderline don't make it, is they end up getting caught pursuing the wrong people. In my case, I was very fortunate. I did not learn this till about 15 years in. And yet, because I started with a steady group of stable business people, I worked with insurance agency owners of high quality companies. I was blind, but I just was fortunate enough to be raised in this world by my father, who's an entrepreneur, that my customers already were dedicated, committed entrepreneurs with, for the most part, good values, good objectives, going on certain, aiming towards certain high quality things, brick and mortar businesses, 5, 10, 15-year entrepreneurs. So I had that target group that was steady. And business models I've done, sometimes I've done it where I've misidentified that and I've gone 5, 7 years without making any money. So it really depends on that if you can get clear on that. So one of the things that you can do is to look back at your clients that turned out to be undesirable. And all these exercises, I have the worksheet. If you don't have access to this, just let me know. You might already have access to this. The first thing is to look at what are those clients that you thought were going to be awesome, who turned out to be undesirables. This is kind of like looking at what was that person or people that I dated that, you know what, gosh, wow, it didn't turn out to be well. And in fact, in the future, if I ever see somebody that reminds me of that person, that's a no-no. And in this worksheet, we look at a few things. Just first, who's that customer, that client? Why did you think they would make a great client? And so this is part of, to a certain degree, you doing a little soul searching to say, you know, what was it about this person that I thought was awesome? And then second, what were the warning signs that indicated they might be a poor fit for you? So now looking back with 2020 hindsight, with the 2020 vision in hindsight, looking back saying, what was it that, gosh, if I saw that again, man, I would run. Third thing in green here, how much money did it cost you to learn this from them? And how many hours did it cost you? And this is the other thing, is sometimes it doesn't cost you money, especially as a younger entrepreneur. Sometimes maybe it just costs you time. But you say, well, hold on. It just cost me time. And this is where one of the most sometimes damaging ideas in entrepreneurship is that you don't trade hours for dollars. There's a huge asterisk next to that. LeBron James, Lionel Messi are employees. They're doing okay. They trade their hours for dollars. It's okay because they get paid really high hours. Additionally, sometimes there's this belief that says, well, no, you don't want to take money from anybody for doing tasks. You just create products. And if you create products, things will work out. And you can spend a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years creating products and make no money. I happen to be really not that great at creating products and selling them online. I'm really good at coaching people. I'm really good at selling to people and helping people understand a promise and how I can help them. If I talk with them on something like a strategy session or a serve call or a 30-minute call, I kind of actually suck at selling stuff online. And yet here I am 20 plus years later as an entrepreneur. So if I went by the maxim that I don't trade my hours for dollars, and if I were never a consultant, that wouldn't work out for me. So sometimes the idea of you being hired just by somebody to say, okay, hey, look, I'm going to make $50 an hour, $100 an hour, $75 an hour, $125 an hour, whatever it is, you're getting paid to learn, you're helping them grow their business. And then you can also have things that make money for you. But again, you have to look at this. How many hours did it cost you to learn this? Because sometimes it costs you money, but it can cost you hours and hours. It cost me 600 hours and unfortunately $18,000 to realize that I stink at building iPhone apps. The $18,000 was painful enough. The 600 hours was even worse because at that time I was billing at least $100 an hour. So that was $60,000. So the 18,000 that I lost wasn't the biggest loss. It was the 60,000. And it doesn't mean I could have billed for all 60 or 600 of those hours, but even if I billed half of them, I'd have done better. So keep an eye on that. And then how much could you have made if you invested your time with one of your best clients? And this is what I encourage you. There's also another piece that comes into this, that sometimes when we reinvest time with our best clients, it almost feels like, well, gosh, you know what? They're already paying me well. And if I spend too much time with them, it almost feels like I'm begging them for more money and then I'm going to turn them off. No, just serve them more. And if they truly are your best clients, what you're going to find is you don't have to charge them more right away. Let's say you're charging for coaching and you're doing a group coaching or private coaching, you're doing a certain level. Go a little 10, 15, 20, 30% extra on the time investments. And if it really makes a huge difference for them, most of them, if they're really the best clients, are going to tell you, hey, I need to be paying you more on this, or they're going to tell you something like that, or they're going to send you lots of business. So some people's love language is, I want to pay you more when you do a great job. Some people's love language as a customer is, I want to send you awesome referrals. That's great. Or I'm going to put you in touch with other people, other opportunities. But if you can be focusing on this, you can start more quickly identifying the clients who are undesirable before they even make it into your business. Because as much as possible, you do want to avoid the uncomfortable conversations. It does feel weird to work with somebody for 10, 15 years, realize you're outgrowing them, and then have to have that conversation where you say, hey, I'm kind of going in this direction. Are you going there? Are you going that direction? Because then there's a little bit of that sense of, well, you know what, Wade, I was loyal to you. I've been with you for 15 years. So I try to coach my clients up. At this point, I've not dumped any client just because I've gotten bigger. I've let go of clients who just, my business model has evolved and they've wanted something different, which is a lot easier. So what we want to do is we want to have you divest from your absolute worst clients. This is going to, and divest in other words, not invest, but go the other way. Divest. Take your money and your time out of that. So you're investing the majority of your time with your highest income, highest quality clients. So we talked about last week your unstoppable vocational why. That's your filter to see who are the best customers for you. Who should you be helping? What should you help them do? Why should you help them? And how should it look when all is said and done? Another filter is your hourly income. How much do you make? And if you say, well, wait, I don't charge an hourly. Well, at the end of the day, you invested a certain amount of time with this person and you charge them a certain amount. There's still a number that can be calculated from that. What's that number? But overall, what I find is if you get about what you're most about and how you want to serve, it's not always quite so simple because it can be misleading. Sometimes a customer is paying you a lower income because you've not offered them a higher dollar solution. So it does not yet necessarily reflect on them. So I look at, again, low income to high income, because sometimes we can take somebody from lower income to higher income. What's even more important is low quality. And it's not low quality of person. We're not judging people to say whether you're better than them or you're awesome and they suck. You're basically saying, what's the quality of alignment with their vision, their mission, their goals, what they're about, and yours. So put simply, you notice the background, the hammock, the Hawaiian shirt. I can help people make a lot of money. That doesn't resonate for me as my first objective. So I do help people make more money, but my first objective is let's help you create an awesome life. Let's enjoy that life. Let's make sure there's time for family, friends, and fun. And let's make sure there's time to be able to give back and feel great about giving back. And once we're doing all that, now let's scale it to the moon. But there's some people that say, wait, I don't need all that stuff. I just want to scale to the moon yesterday. There's nothing wrong with that. But those aren't my people. And they're going to be disappointed with me because they're going to say, wait, I wanted to scale the moon yesterday. I'm just like, dude, I'm not that guy. And that's okay. So I want alignment. And again, doesn't mean they're high quality people or low quality. Doesn't mean I'm high quality or low quality. We're not judging them. We're looking at the alignment with what I'm looking to do. So there are people that bring in a low income for you, and there's a low quality of alignment. There's a mismatch. Those are what I'm going to call your duds. You need to drop them. Now, drop them does not mean, hey, guess what? You suck. I'm better than you. Go away. It can just sometimes mean that you shift your focus. It could mean you put them at the end of your email list. It could be that you get back to their needs later, or you just eventually don't invest your time there. The second are people that have a high quality of alignment, and either they have a low income right now, and maybe that's going to continue on for the long run, but they're never going anywhere. So that can be one of your more dependable parts of your business. Or it might be that they've not yet become a high income client. So again, you might keep investing with them. If you have the team to do so, you can perhaps delegate these people to someone else on your team, or you might find somebody else that is in your same profession. So let's say you're a coach and you like working with customers who invest $5,000 a year or more, and this is a $1,000 a year customer. You might find somebody that does similar work and say, hey, you know what? I'm really focusing here. Would you love to join me here? Here's all the extra things I'm doing. That person says, no, you know what? I'm really comfortable with my 1,000. Okay, here's my friend over here that can help you with that. That's another way you could delegate that. Let's go back here. You also can sometimes delegate to courses and to memberships. What do I mean by that? Sometimes the answer is not that they leave your business. It's that you say, I'm going to go deeper with my best clients into small group coaching, into cohorts as they're more commonly called these days. Or I can go into private coaching. Those are the people I want to spend my most time with. And yet these other people still want my content. They want the exact same content. They don't really want to talk to me. They don't feel they need to talk to me. They feel they can do it themselves. I might delegate those to my courses and my membership platform, and I'm still connecting with them, just not as much. If a person has a low quality fit with me, but they're paying me really well, those are sometimes hard to let go of. Sometimes those can be your divas or your devos. They're maybe high maintenance, or maybe they just really aren't a great fit for you. You can either see, can you bring them in to fit with the alignment of your vision? Or can you perhaps get them to somebody else who can really do well with them and do a better job for them? So again, in my model, some of these people are people that pay me really well, and they still ultimately are most concerned with scaling the heck out of their business. They're not as concerned with productivity or quality of life or 80-20 or delegation. And so ultimately also, these people, they're paying a good amount. They start getting frustrated with me. if they stay too long, because again, they'll get some better quality of life. And usually they need some of that. That's why they come to me. That's why I market in such a way that hopefully communicates that that's what I'm about, my brand, my work, what I'm doing. And yet, over time, that person might just be somebody who says, you know what, I'm committed to growth. And in my budget, I'm investing $10,000 a year with some coach. And it might be the responsible thing for me to say, hey, you know what? What you're doing, I could help you with, or even let's say another example, this might be somebody that wants to, grow a podcast. And I have a podcast, I have two podcasts, but I have other friends like Alex Sanfilippo, let's say with his podcast mastermind, who are more focused specifically on podcasting. And Alex is going to do a much better job if that person's primary objective is podcasting. I have other friends that do that as well. So my point is, sometimes it might be you get them to somebody else that there's a better fit because that's the right thing to do. And then there's the people that have a high quality of fit with you and there's high income. And those are your dream clients. That's where you double down, triple down, quadruple down. You invest more of your time with them. And if you can do that, that's going to grow your business. So what this can look like when you put them all together is that with your drops, here's how you can do it. You might delay responding. You might ignore them if they're annoying. You might sell them to a competitor or even just ask them to leave or just kind of move on. The delegate, sometimes you might give them to a reliable employee or team member or even a freelancer you're working with that maybe they do different work. Build long-term relationships with them, get referrals because sometimes they are, let's say, that lower income investing customer, but they're going to get you 10 or 20 like them. Offer referral rewards to them if they send business your way. Delegating your devos and your divas. Give them to a high-level employee or partner. Trade top clients with others. It doesn't mean you can literally trade them, but again, send them to other high-quality coaches or business providers or whatever it is that you do. Help them adjust their attitude. This is perhaps converting them to get them to that higher quality world. And then sometimes just make them wait. That sounds so mean. And it's not intentionally like play games with them, but just if you're focused over here, by definition, they're going to wait. Because again, always invest time with your dream clients. Anytime you take time away from your dream clients, you're hurting your business. So you focus more on these people, host special events for them and their friends, survey them, ask them what they want most, develop new offerings for them, network, eat, golf, entertain, fish, hunt, shop, whatever it is you like to do that with them. And so that's the big picture plan with all of those. And then you can then use the worksheet to go through your clients and either by their names or the types of clients, like my low income, low qualities. Okay, they just want the lowest price. They're quick to shop me. My high quality, lower income, they really want a lot from me, but they're newer to the business. They don't have a lot to invest yet, but they could make great clients, so I'm gonna keep them going. And I'm gonna use courses. In other words, I'm gonna delegate them to technology, courses, or to large groups, to communities, if you do coaching, let's say, or to products, if you sell products or books or things that don't involve your time. High income, low quality, again, see if they're a match. Tell them more about, hey, I don't know if you're right now only folks, if this was me talking to somebody, hey, we've talked a lot about increasing your income. You know what? A lot of people increase their income and they don't really ever think about why they're doing that. Tell me, what's that lifestyle? What's that life you're trying to create? I mean, you're saying you want more income and I get it, but ultimately you just don't want a bunch of pieces of paper, right? You want to do something with that paper. What's that lifestyle? What's that life like? And maybe that person can align. And again, your high quality, high income, you double down, identify whose those are by name, by type of customer, and again, invest so much more time with them. And then once you do this, you can create a simple game plan to look at who are those customers, and you can look at how well do they align with you on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as quality. How well on a scale of 1 to 10 do you feel their income level is for what you're doing? What's your goal for this client? So these are your better clients. And what's that specific game plan? So my best client, I'm going to invest more time with him or her. I'm going to connect with them once a quarter, see what's up, do a free strategy session, do a free half-hour coaching call, whatever it might be. And I'm going to keep an eye on that. And so this will help you create a better client situation. You'll be able to deliver better. You'll be able to give a better client experience because there'll be your best energy focused on the people who most want what you deliver. And then so the other thing to do is this is week 4 of this 3-day weekends and 3 months coaching program. And again, as I've told you, I'm teaching you exactly how I teach my highest level paying coaching clients. And what we're going to do here is last week we looked at your vision for Sunday. This week we're looking at for Saturday. What's your ideal vision for that second day of a week off? Now, again, you might have a different day. You might say, Wade, and then Friday or Saturday, then Sunday, whatever it might be. But in this case, I'm saying it's your second day of the week off, assuming that last week's vision for your first day of the week off, you're living it, you're implementing that. And we'd say, okay, what time do you wake up? How do you feel? How do you enjoy your morning? What do you do? Who are you with? And where do you go? How do you enjoy your afternoon? What do you do? Who are you with? Where do you go? How do you enjoy your evening? Same three questions. And who and what are you most grateful for at the end of all of that? So I hope you find this helpful. This is really designed to help you get clearer on who are those best people for you. How can you invest your time in the way that makes the biggest impact based on your talents, your God-given gifts? If you believe there's a God, or if you believe you have a purpose or a reason for being on this planet, that you can deliver that and you can help those people as best as possible. Also charge well so you have the money to hire great team members, to deliver even better, to market your message, to get your message out there, and ultimately help more people, impact more people, and make more money. If you have any questions in this, let me know. As always, I look forward to helping you impact more people and make more money in less time doing what you do best so you can fully enjoy your family, your friends, your freedom, and your life. Thanks so much for listening.